I'm coming for your motherfucking neck, son.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is L.A. Williams.
You can't start with that shit like that.
Why not?
Stop that. No, you can't do that, bro. Because
it's our podcast. We can do whatever the hell we want to do.
All right, fuck it. Count back in.
Welcome to the Millionaire Car Salesman Podcast, the #1 resource for automotive sales professionals, managers, and owners to learn how to make money, accumulate wealth, and to all out ball out in the auto industry. And now your hosts, Sean V. Bradley and L.A. Williams.
Full master shit. I don't care. I got my eyes closed. Let's do this.
Yes, indeed, man. This is the Millionaire Car Salesman Podcast, and this is L.A. Williams, and you just heard from Mr. Sean V. Bradley, and man, it's going down today, right? This podcast is for those who just want to get absolutely phenomenal on the phone. Like, for me, one of the things that I say as the blindfold master is I always know what to say. Like seriously, I always know what to say. There's not going to be a time where a prospect is going to say something to me where I'm not going to know what to say. And you need to be in the same boat. So, Sean, I'm totally in agreement. I know you're in agreement. You always know what to say, right?
Absolutely, unequivocally, without a doubt.
All right, cool. So before we jump right into it, just tell it, what did you do? How in the world did you get that type of confidence? Because we agree that it is about confidence.
I was born with this shit, man. Are you kidding me? I came out the womb kicking and screaming like, what up, people? I'm here. SVB, bitches. I was born with an orange tie around my neck.
So talk to the people. I mean, think about just because obviously there was a time when someone said, Sean, you should sell cars. And you're like, hell no, I don't want to sell cars. And then they, told you about the demo and you're like, okay, I'll give it a shot. Right.
No.
So tell the story. Tell the story properly.
Listen, you getting it twisted, fam.
Okay.
This is what I do now. Okay. I'm a New York City hustler. Okay. So again, I was running scams when I was 6 years old. Like when I was in Queens, I would go to the next town over and sell candy, that I didn't even have. In schools, how they have the candy list and stuff like that. So at 6 years old, I would take a bus or take the train to the next town over. I'd knock on doors and say, would you kindly, want to sponsor us? We've got the candy thing. I had the paperwork and shit, but it was old and was no good. And they weren't looking at stuff, and I was just young. They never thought that a 6-year-old was running game. And so I went from that to, again, selling bulletproof vests to crack deals in Queens, selling clone cell phones to, all sorts of shit. If I could turn around and hustle it, I could hustle it. So again, I was born with the gift of gab. People say that, oh, I got the gift of gab, or he or she's got the gift of gab. Yo, you see me, man. I can freestyle about anything. You just pick a fucking subject and we start going.
I know this.
But before we go, this is gonna be verbal kung fu.
Absolutely.
Okay, this is take 2 for verbal kung fu. So if you guys watch my Make Money Mondays episodes on YouTube, me and some other guy, I forgot his name, that used to work for us back in the day, we went back and forth and we did this verbal kung fu. Because if you think about this, for the blind phone master, straight from the slums of Shaolin, actually North Philly, right? You're from the slums of North Philly. Yep. And if you think about how does a Zen, Shaolin monk get to that next level? Because they eat, shit, and breathe that Shaolin stuff. Nunchucks, Chinese stars, blow darts, whatever they got. They're practicing every single day. They're meditating. When they're not meditating, they're engaging in combat, and back and forth, practice, drill, rehearse, practice, drill, rehearse, practice, drill, rehearse. And now they're at that Zen status. You know what I mean? So when I was working in the field on the front line selling cars, that's all I would do is practice, drill, rehearse. But I was selling so many cars, I was practicing with real customers. When you're averaging 30 cars a month, you know what I mean? I was practicing probably just as much with real customers as I did, off the side, because there was just so much inertia, so much stuff going by. Yeah. So what about you, LA? How did you get really good at stuff and memorizing stuff?
Well, I think the first thing that happened to me is that I got my feelings hurt, right? The first time I got hung up on, I thought I was this big bad trainer, and I got hung up on it. I was like pissed. It really got under my skin. And so I'm the kind of person where I'm like, you know what? That ain't gonna happen to me no more, right? Because I'm always saying, put me in, coach, put me in, coach. And I want folks to be proud, right? Especially Sean. So for me, I'm like, let me go back, let me listen, let me find out what the great people are saying, and let me just say that. And then, once I started doing that, I just started noticing patterns, and I'm like, okay, cool. This is what I need to say. This is how I need to say it. Plus, I'm a big person from learning from lots of people. And so I spent time with FBI hostage negotiators, right? I'm talking about, I want to go way above and beyond. I volunteered for the suicide hotline because, again, if I can handle that, car sales ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? So to me, those are some pretty simple.
So pause right here.
items.
So you've got people dealing with crack dealers from Queens and bulletproof vests. You got people dealing with hostage negotiators, FBI, HRT. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. We're trained.
Absolutely.
Let's go.
All right, cool. So let's kind of jump into this. What's when we think about what are the number one things that people struggle with?
Price.
I'm about to say we already
Price.
know, right? We already know
Price.
So again, when someone says price on the phone, what's initially, how do you handle that?
Okay, I need you to frame it. So again, am I calling them? They're calling me. Let's go run to role play.
Okay, cool. So
pick a scenario first.
All right, cool. So we're going to do an inbound phone call.
Okay.
I'm going to reach out to you about a vehicle, and right now it's a big deal about these 2020 Tellurides, right?
Okay.
And so right now, there's hardly any availability, but even if
this is going to be easy because of that, folks. I'm just giving you right now. You just give me fucking layups. Okay, no
cool.
problem. I'll take it.
Even though, right, so there's a challenge with availability with those, but people still want the price. They're like, hey, I want to be able to come in and put a down pay. It's all kind of crazy stuff going on with that. So I'm just going to call you about a 2020 Telluride. And
let's just jump in here because I don't want to go through all our phone process on this. I want to just isolate it here.
Right.
So he just called. I did my proper greeting. Fast forward. I'm not giving
got my
right
information.
On this one. Yeah. I got the information. And then LA, you say what?
Okay. So Sean, I'm trying to figure out how much this Telluride is going to be. How much is it going to cost me?
Well, LA, I'm going to tell you right now, first and foremost, you've got great taste. That Telluride is by far the hottest vehicle that we sell here at the Kia dealership. Okay, matter of fact, it is so hot that there is a waiting list. And because of that, the full price is the fair price on that vehicle, LA. So other than price, what else is important to you in purchasing this vehicle, LA?
I mean, yeah, my question is how much is the full price? Because everybody's charging different amounts.
Okay, so no, that's the one thing right here, LA. We're not going to add what's called addendums. We're not going to put like paint sealant or this thing on it. We're just going to, whatever the MSRP, which stands for the manufacturer suggested retail price. Stop. Disclaimer. I don't know what the Tellurides are, so I'm going to make a number up.
Yeah.
So LA, those Tellurides are listing at, from the manufacturer, $49,135. But to your point, you just said, LA, that people are, they're selling for all different prices. That's because they know that these are such commodity vehicles. I'm sorry, strike that. These are such powerful vehicles and such in-demand vehicles that they could pretty much set whatever price in ours. See, we're not shady like that at our dealership. We are just going to turn around and look at the window sticker that says for the manufacturer suggested retail price, and it's $49,000, blah, blah, blah. And that is the price that you could own that vehicle for. So how does that sound, LA?
Okay. I really appreciate that. Bam.
So
right
now, let me just kind of dissect what I did right there from the very beginning. If I know that this is a list deal, I've got to build value into that. So the first thing that I did was basically just say, LA, wow, you've got great taste. I'm giving affirmations. I'm giving kudos. I'm saying, wow, this is one of the hottest vehicles, the most incredible vehicles. And because of that, because I know and you know how valuable this is, there's a waiting list. So now I've given that aura of exclusivity. There's a reason why we have VIP lines. There's a reason why there's first class. If that shit was all equal, then it's not special, is it? This is a special, vehicle. It's a special, and so because of that, you're going to pay for that. And then, but LA, you see how this is where that Zen shit comes through, okay? Is that I'm letting him speak too. And then I'm basically, gripping out, like as he's saying shit, I'm like gripping up, boom. And I use that. He turned and said, I wasn't even going to say about what other people are pricing the vehicles for, but he opened a door for me. And because I'm so skilled, I was able to hear, there's different prices on that. So I'm able to build more value and justify my price. I'm basically, without saying anything bad about a particular, client, I'm able to say the magic words. Listen, other dealers might do this. Here's why that happens. They're adding this price, that price, because they can. See us, we're not going to do that. We're just going to give you what the manufacturer suggested retail price is. How does that sound? Now, the other thing I said, if you caught it before in the original aspect of this was, as soon as I quoted the price, I asked, other than price, what else is important to you? That's called an assumptive transition. Because if he was asking about the price of the vehicle, by me, saying that assumptive transition, I'm assuming in my head that what I responded in that response by quoting that price, justifying that price, met his expectations. So what is there to linger? See, that's what people leave as a mistake, is that they think that they're taught in car sales that the first person that talks loses, you know what I mean? And so they actually say, when you go for a close, this is old school shit. When you go for a close, you give a closing statement and then you shut up. And whoever talks first loses. That's not the same strategy. It's actually the opposite when you're leaving, when you're deploying, or you're dropping a rebuttal, or you're dropping a quote, or you're doing something like that. What you want to be able to do is drop the napalm and keep it moving. Okay?
Totally
LA, does that make sense?
Absolutely. Now, let me kind of give you what I'm seeing too. I think the epidemic of I don't know is what is plagiarizing. I mean, it's really tearing us apart, right? It's a pandemic of I don't know that is totally tearing us apart. What am I saying? People are so used to just being like, I don't know, and letting that be that, right? So even as a child, we grow up and we just say, I don't know, and that's supposed to be the end of it. No. So what I've learned to do is challenge that. And I say, I know you don't know, but if you did know, what would you say? Right? So here's the thing, and I got that from Tony Robbins, by the way, right? So here's the thought. I know you don't know, but if you did know, what would you say? Right? Because so many people they got this give up spirit. So what happens on the phones is someone says price. If you even have a rebuttal, they'll give a rebuttal and someone pushes back and they're like, oh, shoot, I don't know what to say. Shut down. You see what I'm saying? But we can't live life like that. Not if we're going to be successful. You have to always know what to say. So again, we have a process. I'm talking about for an internet coordinator, frontline coordinator, right? There's a process. The first thing you do is you give a rebuttal. The second thing that you do is you give a range and attempt to transition. All of these have attempt to transition. The third thing that you're going to do is set up for a quality TO. What's the process of setting up for a quality TO? Is asking the basic 4 square questions. But again, it's a lot of confidence. There's a lot of understanding that I know what I'm talking about. And when you ask questions, you don't have to worry about responding to their answers. You're just gathering information. And so these are some of the key things that I watch people, I watch this kind of stuff happen all the time. And people the hesitation is what kills you. And he who hesitates lost.
Word to Big Bird. Okay, so now check this out. What I want to do is I want to talk about objections versus expectations.
Let's do it.
Okay, so an objection is when somebody curbs you or says no or halts, forward motion. Okay, so you can deal, a true professional, a true car salesperson can definitely handle a price objection. However, a smart automotive professional will choose to handle price as an expectation. Here's the difference. I go through my entire process, blah, 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 on the phone, and I'm like, when's the best time for you to come in? And you're like, what's my price? That's a price objection.
Right.
Versus if I asked step 6 in our process, LA, just so I know, what we look to accomplish by going online?
I was trying to find a price.
Stop. Price that way is not an objection, it's an expectation. It is a lot easier to handle price as an expectation versus an objection. So here's what I'm going to do, LA. I have an idea how I want to frame the rest of this podcast, okay?
Yep.
So I'm going to go through the first 4 steps quickly of the Dealer Synergy outbound phone call process, just so they understand the foundation. Okay, just going to go through it once with you, and I'm going to say step 1, then go, step 2, go, step 3, go, step 4, go, and I'm only going to talk about it for a second. But then what we're going to do is we're going to work for the rest of the podcast from step 5 on. But I think it's going to be awkward for people that don't understand what the hell we're doing if we just stay in step 5.
Right.
So, okay. Ring. Here's the frame. I'm making an outbound phone call and not on a specialty vehicle. We're going to do something that's a freaking commodity vehicle, like a 2020, Chevy Cruze LTZ. And we're going to say the MSRP is like $28,000. Okay. So let's go from here. Step 1, ring.
Hello.
Hey, can I speak to L.A. Williams, please?
This is L.A.
Hey, L.A., this is Sean Bradley. I'm calling from ABC Motors and AutoWeb.com. Step 2, did I catch you at a good time?
I got a quick moment.
Okay. Step 3, I'm calling about your internet purchase request on the 2020 Chevy Cruze LTZ. Is that correct?
Yes.
Step 4. Okay, LA, it says here that you're looking for that loaded leather moonroof navigation. Is that correct?
You know it.
Okay, absolutely. You have great taste, man. That is fully equipped, and that is how that car looks absolutely gorgeous. LA, I have here that your first color choice is black. Is that correct?
Definitely.
Okay, now with that being said, just so I know, what is your second color choice, LA?
If you got bright orange, that'd be great.
Oh, man, you're a man of my heart. Those are my 2 favorite colors. You got mad awesome taste. LA, I've got some great news for you. Both of those vehicles are definitely available. Stop. What I just did is execute the prerequisite of our phone process. So we have at Dealer Synergy a 10-step outbound phone call process. You got to pay to learn all of it, but I'm going to give you a little snippet. The first 4 steps are nothing special. They're just basically phone etiquette. Step 1 is the greeting. Step 2 is asking permission to speak. Step 3 is stating the purpose of the call. Step 4 is pacing the conversation. These 4 steps are just basic phone etiquette. On average, it takes me about 36 seconds to get from step 1 to step 4. That's it. On average, sometimes a little bit less, sometimes a little bit more, depends what part of the country I'm talking this at, right? But now what we're going to go through, now that I've laid that down, we're going to go to step 5, okay? Step 5 is a control question. I'm going to say, quick question, have you ever purchased a vehicle online before? I want you to say no for the podcast, okay? Step 6 is where we're really going to get into it. Step 6 in Dealer Synergies, identify expectations and implement rebuttals. What that means, when I ask step 6, LA, just so I know what we look to accomplish by going online, I know that you're going to tell me one of 7 things. Price, availability, convenience, I hate car salesmen, research, trade, or credit. Again, you're either going to say price, availability, convenience, I hate car salesmen. A different way of saying that is I'm looking for a different way to do business, research, trade, and credit. Okay? So now, LA, we're going to start from step 5, and that's where we're going to flow through, but I want to go through price. And I want you to hear how I handle price.
And for 2020, we're adding experience, right? Because that's a whole nother category.
Man, they got to pay for that. Don't tell them that stuff. Don't tell them that. That's the paid. This is a free podcast, man. I'm trying to tell you. Rewind that right there. You're not ready to hear that.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go through. Ding. Quick question for you, LA. Have you ever purchased a vehicle online before?
No, I haven't.
You haven't? Okay. Just so I know what we look to accomplish by going online.
I'm just trying to find the price.
LA, how about this? If I wasn't able to get you the absolute best deal, I would never, ever expect you to buy a vehicle from me. Okay?
Okay.
Stop. So now we're not going to go into, pushback. I'm just going to just go through that. So LA, the same thing. I want you to go steps 5, 6, and I want you to give a price photo. We're going to go, let's see who taps out first. So now it's on, motherfucker. It's on. So that means we're going to just keep going through price responses until I don't have nothing left. Let's see how far we go.
Quick question, Sean. Have you ever purchased a vehicle online before?
No, I haven't.
Oh, congratulations, man. I'm glad I could be one of the first to help you with this. Tell me what you were looking to accomplish by going online.
Well, I'm looking for the best price.
I totally understand where you're coming from, man. We're like 2 peas in a pod because price is important to me too. As a matter of fact, price is important to a lot of people. That's one of the major reasons why they're going to the internet. They want to make sure they're getting the best prices. And you know what they found out? By doing business with us here at Synergy Motors, not only do we save you a bunch of money, but we also save you a bunch of time as well. How's that sound?
Sounds like you got that wrong, but he sounded good. So I'm the grand master of this shit right here is going to, what he tried to just execute right there is the feel, felt, found. Now that was definitely dope. And here's the point here is the customers don't know that you've got scripts. The customers don't know you've got processes. So what he said was intelligent. It was good. And so on that, he passed. However, let the Grandmaster show you the technique.
He gonna put the real Phil Felt found.
Yeah, this is the real Phil Felt.
I was freestyling.
Yeah, he was freestyling. I'm freestyling too. Okay, and so I'm actually going to deploy Phil Felt found 2 different ways. I'm going to go back in the day type shit. Because remember, I've been doing this for 2 decades, people. Don't let this fool you. I'm Belizean. I got good skin. You know what I'm saying? So again, right here, there's 2 ways. We used to call it the 5-cent deposit and then the 25-cent deposit. Why? Because with payphones, it was like a nickel, right? Or it was, 25 cents. Okay. So now check this out. I'm going to show you the Feel Felt Found nickel. Okay. Or the basic one. So quick question, LA. Have you ever purchased a vehicle online before?
No, I haven't.
You haven't? Okay, just so I know, what were you looking to accomplish by going online?
I'm just trying to find a price.
Well, LA, I feel the same exact way as you. Price is important to me too. As a matter of fact, other people have felt the same that we do. And what they found is that by working with us, we're going to get them a great deal. Stop. That is the feel, felt, found. I use the words feel, felt, and found. That's why it's hence feel, felt, found. I didn't use blah, 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 found, felt in abstract order. That was sequentially technically correct. However, now, as you get skilled, see, that's easy to remember the way that I did feel, felt, found. Very easy to remember like that. It's simple, feel, felt, found. Now I'm going to do what's called a 25-cent deposit. So listen to the elaboration and the freestyle on this. So this is how you freestyle and you keep the technique, fam. Okay? Rewind. Let's go. Okay? Okay, check it out. I'm a fucking beast at this shit. You don't know. You better ask somebody. I mean, we're going to go into like bonus rounds later. I'm going to say pick a word. I'm just going to freestyle the fucking word with some technique, y'all. You don't even know.
Y'all hear that laughing in the background. We got a Naja in the room with us.
She's dry laughing. She don't want to be on the podcast.
You might as well say hi now.
Say hi.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, that's right. Miss Naja in the house. All right, so let's get back. See, and you see how I can get distracted and watch this. I'm looking at you and I can say this. LA, quick question for you. Have you ever purchased a vehicle online before?
Nope.
You haven't? Okay, just so I know, what are you looking to accomplish by going online?
Save some money, man.
Saving some money. Well, LA, man, I feel exactly the same way as you do. Money is important to me. You know, again, if I'm going to buy something, I want to make sure that I get the absolute best deal. As a matter of fact, other people felt the same way that we do. That's why they're going on the internet. As a matter of fact, I don't know if you know this, but 99% of Americans are going online before they step in the dealership. You know why? Just like me and you, they're trying to get the absolute best deal. You know what they found? That by dealing with me, not only am I going to get them the absolute best deal, but they're going to have a fun, fast, easy experience, and they're going to have a friend for life in the automotive industry. They know that by dealing with me, that if they have any issues, I am their concierge. I am their liaison with everything automotive. Ellie, how does that sound?
Oh, that sounds good.
Stop. I'm a motherfucking beast, people. I'm just saying right there, it's off the top, distracted. That's ADD, OCD, SVB. Yeah. Okay, let's keep it going, LA. Your turn.
Right, cool. So quick question, Sean. Have you ever purchased a vehicle online before?
No, I haven't.
Okay, well, tell me what you were looking to accomplish by going online.
Duh, I'm looking for the best price.
Hey, I totally understand where you're coming from. And here's the thing. Our inventory is absolutely amazing. We have so many different vehicles that can cover not only any type of vehicle you're looking for, but any budget range. So price is never an issue, okay?
Okay, all right. My turn. Tag. Here, let me hear it. Tag.
Yeah.
Paper. Paper, son. I said paper. See, LA's blind, so we got the system in there. So we don't look awkward and shit like that. So if I want a high five, I go paper. Paper, son. Paper, clap, motherfucker. There you go. So if we're going to turn around and we want to pound, we want to be cool, we say, you know, what we do? Rock. Okay, there we go. Rock. There you go. So paper, rock. That's how we do this. All right, so because they can't see what's going on. Neither can he, but at least we know what's going on here, right? All right, so.
This is a fun podcast. I hope y'all really enjoy it.
Because I've been waiting. You know how I feel? I feel like 50 on that track, patiently waiting to explode on this bitch because people got it twisted because I talk about CRM and stuff like that. This is how I made my millions of dollars on the phones, people. You better recognize, let's go. So LA, quick question. Have you ever purchased a vehicle online before?
No, I haven't.
You haven't? Okay. Just so I know, what we're looking to accomplish by going online?
I'm trying to find the best price.
LA, listen to me. We have a price protection guarantee. Do you know what that is?
No, what's that?
Okay. Well, first and foremost, I'm sure you heard this before, that we will match or beat any dealership's price on an in-stock vehicle. So that's just the first part of it, right?
I've heard that before.
But no, wait. You better put some excitement in your voice. What I'm about to tell you, LA, is listen to this, is that not only will we match or beat it, but if you buy a car, strike that. When you buy a car from us, if you happen to find that vehicle cheaper, let's just say within 72 hours, and within, let's just say, 40 miles of the dealership, we will refund the difference 125%. Now, before you say, what's that? Let me explain to you. You ever see that Domino's commercial where you have like the drop insurance? Like you come out of the Domino's place, you drop the pizza, you got drop insurance.
Right.
Well, we give you price insurance, fam. We give you price insurance. That means if you buy from us, you can buy with confidence. You know why? Because time is money. I don't want you chasing, looking like TLC, chasing waterfalls and trying to find discounts from here and there and everywhere. You don't need that, because with us, you can buy with confidence. We're so sure that we've got the best possible deal that if you happen to find it cheaper somewhere else within 72 hours, within 40 miles, I'll refund the difference 125%. That means, let's just say, for example, we own the vehicle for $20,000. I sell it to you for $20,500. We make a $500 profit, for example, right? But you find it from another dealership for $20,400, right? So if I'm going to refund the difference, that means there's $100 I'm going to refund you, but I'm not going to just refund you 100%. I'm going to refund you 125%. I'm going to give you $125. LA, who's better than you? Nobody. Stop. Do you feel that? People listening? Do you hear this off the top? Okay, LA, it's on you. Let's go.
No, we're having a great time with this. So
he's running out of shit to say. He's trying to this is around a great time. I'm talking about great time. I want to hear about price. Come on.
So here's the thing. I think one of the things, and I'm just saying this because
stop it, goddammit. I want to hear prices. Unless you're gonna tap out. Tap out. You had enough? You had enough. All right. I declare myself the winner.
Oh boy. So here's the thing. So we actually, I deal with customers all across the country, right? And here's what the challenge is that people are faced with is that they don't have, and I say it's the heart, right? They don't have the heart to say some of the different things that you're saying, right? They're constantly thinking about all of the negative stuff that's happening.
You hear that? That's the air raid siren. They're bombing LA's bullshit right there. Oh, they're like, boom, 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 boom. He don't want none of this. Say that last thing you want, Sean.
Anyway, so.
Okay.
Because y'all know who y'all dealing with. You're dealing with the blindfold master, and I am so not reactive, right? I don't, so I don't feed into it, right?
What can you say? They're hearing this shit go down. I got more.
I got more too, but that's what situation is here. We need to be able to teach. You know what I'm saying?
All right, teach them.
So again, I need you to
pause from this. What do you think about the lightning fast? How shit were like off the top?
That's awesome. Like I was even getting excited off of what you were building, and I understand that system. I understand that process. Not just hearing it. Like the point is to build excitement, because the more they're ready to go, the more they're wrapped up, they're gonna show up. So this is cool to see it live, especially from someone who's like the guru. Like, this is awesome. The front row seat.
All right, so LA, let's pick it up from there. I don't know where we left off.
All right, cool. So
I was just talking that shit.
Right, absolutely. So here's the thing, because we got to teach the folks, right? So again, it's one thing they can hear the stuff back and forth, but I promise you, even with us teaching it, they're not implementing. And the key is to have folks actually implement. So what I'm finding is that all across the country, people just don't have the heart to say the different things that you're saying. Again, for me, y'all know, and well, yeah, y'all probably don't know, right? But they don't call me the blind phone master for nothing,
He's
right?
really blind.
I'm so forget the blind phone, right? I'm really the phone master. So one of the aspects that I have, and I'm gonna just say it since Sean be talking a lot of shit over Sean, is that right now he's kind of got the whole, y'all see that whole New York flow. He just fast, right? My customers never feel like I'm fast talking them. Right. I've implemented so many different emotional anchors into my conversation that I have 100% control over what the customer is saying. It's ridiculous when I get on the phone. People are like, damn, LA, you're so patient. Damn, LA, how did you get that person to say that? Because it's way deeper than just some simple damn objection, rebuttal, getting people hyped. I promise you, it's about way more than just getting somebody excited. We can do a whole podcast on that shit. I got neuro-linguistic programming going on here. I know how to control your brain. I'm that damn good. I don't play that shit.
Okay.
So,
but he did run out of shit to say before when I was freestyling. I'm just saying. Here, LA.
No.
But no, what LA was saying, all kidding, like this is my motherfucking protege. Like, you wouldn't believe that. This is my dude right here. If you think about what LA said is real, I want you to repeat this in your car. And again, if you're around other people, just whisper it. Don't say it out loud so they're like, you're weirdo. But just repeat after me. You can't lose what you don't have.
yes.
LA, on 3. 1, 2, 3.
You can't lose what you don't have.
Anijah, on 3. 1, 2, 3. You can't lose what you don't have. All three of us on 3. 1, 2, 3. You can't lose what you don't have. Stop. So what I'm saying by that is this, is that you got to realize that don't be scared to say something. What's the worst they could do is hang up the phone. Guess what? You can't lose something you didn't have before. Take the shot. I mean, I don't care if you're American Sniper, take the shot. Or if you're Michael Jordan on the 3-point line, take the shot. Take the shot, fam. Take the shot. You've got to take the shot. Don't be scared of what you might sound like or whatever. The other thing you got to remember is that customers don't know that you've been practicing, drilling, rehearsing. For the most part, they think we're a bunch of stupid savages that don't, you know what I mean? Like we're car salespeople. They don't realize that we have scripts, processes, objections, and rebuttals. So again, don't worry if you say something doesn't come out right perfectly, then, you know, as long as you sound confident with it and it sounds professional, keep it moving. Keep it moving, LA.
Absolutely. So again, guys, we got 120 plus rebuttals. We got 25 different price rebuttals. So I promise you we didn't run out, but we do have a podcast to run and Sean's got a schedule to keep. So I'm going to move on to the next thing, right?
Oh, wait a minute. This is a public service announcement. This podcast is brought to you by Bradley On Demand. Bradley On Demand has the absolute best phone training. We've got outbound, inbound, objections, rebuttals, and we got a library of 120 word tracks, and there's more every day.
And here's the situation, guys. Here's what I will do. If you want a free, right, one free, right, rebuttal that you can use for anything that you're running into challenge with, we already know everything is going to fit into one of the 7 categories, but just send an email. Send an email to LAW3. You're going to send it directly to me, LAW3@dealersynergy.com, and I'm going to give you one free rebuttal that you can use on the phone. That's something that's going to be effective. And I'm not just going to type it to you so you have it in 7% communication format. I'm actually going to shoot you a video so you can see what I look like when I'm saying it and how I sound when I say it. I'm telling you, that's some damn value right there. You can't beat that nowhere.
I'm going to give you 2 tips. First tip is look both ways before crossing the street. And the second tip is sign up for Brother Demand. Okay, there we go. Back to the show.
All right, cool. So I like to do this in a certain order. So I say that the order is practice, price, research, availability, convenience, trade-in, I hate car salesman, credit, right? And so the next one
is going to be experience.
Yeah, that he said was you had to pay for it. So anyway, so let's jump right into this research, right? So quick question, Sean, have you ever purchased a vehicle online before?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Well, tell me what you were looking to accomplish by going online.
Well, I'm looking to do some research. I don't really know exactly what I want to buy yet.
Okay, that's perfect. I'm so glad that you and I get a chance to speak today. As a matter of fact, I noticed that a lot of customers, and I recommend it, it take about 45 to 90 days before they make any kind of purchase, right? But understanding that having an educated buying decision, that's one of the biggest things you can have. And so that's my purpose. I'm your personal car concierge, and I'm going to make sure that you make nothing but the most educated buying decision for your family. Fair enough?
Fair enough. Okay, so now, ring.
No, say good question.
Quick question.
Have I ever?
Oh, I know. I want to do it my way.
Okay.
Hey, you can't tell me how to do my shit. It's half my show, too. You can't tell me.
We said we was going from step 5.
No,
so.
I want to start from step 5. So have you ever purchased a vehicle online before?
No.
You haven't. Okay, just so I know, what we look to accomplish by going online?
I'm just trying to get some research done, man.
Listen, LA, I'm going to tell you right now, that is awesome because an educated consumer like yourself is going to make this so much easier. It's going to make my job easier, being able to identify what your wants, wishes, and expectations are. So other than research, what else is important to you when you're going to purchase your next vehicle? Stop.
Pause. Right.
There you go.
So what he did there was you have to compliment the customer, right? So many people think that it's a crime for them to be doing research. And this is the one major reason why they don't want to talk to you. This is the reason why after you get to your third step, or as soon as you state the purpose of your call, people are like, I'm just looking, right? It's probably the number one objection in sales period across any industry, right? Is the I'm just looking. All it means is that people are researching. And so you got to make people feel good about that, right? This is the second largest purchase most people ever make in their lives.
Let me build.
And you're going to act like they can't research it?
Not just that,
Jump in,
NADA
Sean.
says that the average person is researching is spending 11 plus hours doing research.
Mhm.
And how do you think that's going to make them feel if they come to the dealership and they're like, oh, here goes another one of those fucking people. They've got all the Kelly Blue Book at Emmons.com. Damn those people with all their paperwork and all that shit. You know what I mean? If we know they're spending 11 hours up to 90 days doing research on all aspects of it, respect them, congratulate them, and let them and thank them for making your job easier. Don't run away and make them feel stupid for turning around and doing the research.
Yeah.
LA.
Absolutely. And here's the situation. Again, we're talking about what they buy. Right? When we compare it to some other big purchases, right? You talk about purchasing a home. Who buys a home the first day they see it?
Not me.
You see what I'm saying? Who pays for college the first day they come across the college, right? Those things don't happen. What do you do ahead of time? You go and you visit the college and you meet the professors and you tour the campus and things like that. So again, don't think that just because I say people should wait 45 to 90 days, that doesn't mean they shouldn't set an appointment and come to your dealership, right? They need to get to know who you are as a company, as a dealership, right? You need to shake some hands, kiss some babies, right? Get to know them up. Man, don't get me started.
All right. So LA, we're to keep it moving. So let's go to the next one.
All right. So we said A. A stands for availability. You want to go first?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
LA, just so I know what we're looking to accomplish by going online.
Well, I'm just trying to find out if the vehicle's available.
The vehicle is definitely available. Other than availability, what else is important to you?
You see how he took the easy road out, but it's all good. Go ahead. Talk
Listen,
about
I
it.
just aired you out before. I'm trying to let you get some shine, son. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, I can't do everything looking here because they're going to be like, yo, this is a low budget phone master. I'm saying, I'm trying to let you shine. You can critique everything. Yeah, but stop. But do you see what I just did? You see, this is straight up improv right here. This is not rehearsed, people. I swear to God, it's not. There's no teleprompter. Look at the speed or what have you. So do you see that? I'm a smart ass. I'm a car salesman. I got something to say no matter what you say. It's like going to, I just watched this comedian, David A. Arnold. I was in Virginia with my people. Shout out to the Mosleys. And the guy's like, he's like, you ain't want none with me. I'm the comedian. If you're in the audience, shut the fuck up and listen to the show. How are you going to try to talk back to the comedian? This is what I do, man. So again, my whole point is that we're talking about objections and rebuttals. It's knowing what to say. LA said something, right there, and I'm just playing back because no matter what he says, I could go in 4 or 5 different directions because I am a communication expert.
There you go.
So let's go back into this. So again,
Let me go.
You sure? Are you sure? Because I don't mind stepping up and doing a little more tactical and shit. But okay, I'm trying to let you live, fam. Yeah, go.
Man, come on, man. I never need to be led. I don't need to be.
Don't talk about it. Be about it, fam. Just be about it. Just say something.
I live. Quick question, Sean. Have you ever purchased a vehicle online before?
No, I haven't.
Oh, well, congratulations. I'm glad I could be one of the first to help you with this. Tell me what you were looking to accomplish specifically by going online.
Well, I've been spending like days, like almost like I've been having insomnia in LA looking for this vehicle. I've been looking for this, 2020 BMW 850i, but it just came out. But I want this sexy black color, but the red gut. So I'm looking for a specific vehicle.
Okay. Awesome. Well, I'm so glad that you shared that with me because not only do we have this vehicle, but we have about 500 different vehicles on our lot, and we have access to a whole lot more. Here's the reason why I'm sharing that with you. I don't know if you know, but a lot of people, they want a specific vehicle, but when they get here, sometimes things change, right? And so that may or may not be the case with you, but I want you to know that we have access to lots and lots of vehicles. And so if this isn't the absolute perfect vehicle for you, we can get the exact one that you want. All right?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Okay, I'm going to let me go back because he's got me thinking in my head right now like this. So I'm going to let the people know I'm going to throw some shit they never heard before. Come on. All right, so cool. LA, quick question for you. Have you ever purchased a vehicle online before?
No, I haven't.
You haven't? Okay, just so I know, what we're looking to accomplish by going online?
Well, I'm trying to find this exact car. I've been looking forever, and it's just, this is frustrating because people keep saying I have it, and then when I get to the dealership, they don't have it, and I'm ready to explode.
LA, let me tell you right now, I'm so sorry you went through that experience with other people, but you're dealing with an automotive professional, and my job is to get you the car of your dreams. So if you're saying, Sean, this is really important to me, if that vehicle exists anywhere in the United States, and maybe in some countries like Canada and Europe, I'm able to get that for you there. Here's how this works, is that nowadays, things have changed because of the advent of like Amazon and Netflix. I mean, we don't sell cars the way that we used to. So it's not just like the old school days where you come in and whatever's in the lot is what you get. As a matter of fact, the manufacturer said, I don't know if you know this, but we're supposed to tell you that vehicle is definitely available because if it exists at any other franchise dealership in the country, I could do what's called a dealer locate and maybe even have that vehicle within 48 hours. And if it doesn't exist anywhere in the United States or where I could get it from across the seas, I could actually do a factory order. So LA, how does that sound for you?
That sounds great. I really appreciate you helping with that.
Listen, it is my pleasure to do so.
So that's like one of my favorite ones. What he just said. That's man. I'm telling you, I use that so many times because
you didn't do it that time though. When I got the chance. Oh shit! You ain't ready for me, fam. You see what it is? You know what this is, people? Let me just tell you this.
Feel good.
No, what it is that LA gets to do the fun shit. I'm the bad cop. He's the good cop. Whenever we train, I go in, rough, this is wrong, that's wrong. And LA gets to just drill and rehearse. But he forgets that I'm the one I gave birth to you out of my man vagina. You know what I'm saying to you? I fucking birthed you into this automotive industry, bro. So don't get it twisted,
again,
man.
It's interesting. And listen, I'll never come back. Sean Brady, right? He really does. He's got skills, right? But one of the things that is very important is that, the way that we buy cars today is totally different, right? Because of the nature of the internet, you don't have to buy a car from us, right? You could buy a car from here, down the street, around the corner, clear across the country. So the question is, what's the one thing that if we get it right, you'll be more likely to do business with us over anywhere else. See, again, these are different. These are just ways that people aren't thinking. It's a very humbling thing if you really think about it, right? Because the internet gives us. Sean is funny, man. But as y'all can tell, I don't feed in, right? So again, because of the internet, man, we have so many options. And again, we need to understand what's important to the customers so that way we can serve them on a higher level.
Let's do the next one. Come on. Keep doing the alphabet.
Okay. So let's talk about convenience, right? Talk about convenience. So let me just go first on this one. Quick question, Sean. Have you ever purchased a vehicle?
I got no time, man. See, I can't let you find no time after you finish your sentence. I got no time. I need to make this shit quick.
Well, you know what, man? I totally understand where you're coming from. That's why we're going to get about 85% of what needs to get completed. We're going to do that over the phone and the internet. And that way, when you come into the dealership, all you got to do is just test drive the vehicle, and we'll get you in and out of the business office as quickly as possible. How does that sound?
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
My turn. LA, just so I know what we're looking to accomplish by going online.
Just trying to save some time.
Well, LA, I feel exactly the same as you do. Time is the most precious important thing to me. Like I have 4 kids, a wife, and so I don't want to be wasting time on stuff like, buying something.
Personal stories.
Absolutely. For me, that's why I don't go grocery shopping. I use Amazon Prime, get it delivered because I'm trying to save time. As a matter of fact, LA, other people have felt the same way that we do. That's why the internet's blown up because people don't want to go store to store. They go to Amazon. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And what they found is by dealing with me and ABC Motors, not only are we going to make it the most convenient buying and shopping experience, but on top of that, you're going to get the absolute best deal. How's that sound, LA?
Phenomenal, right?
Okay,
so again, you notice he just used feel, felt, found again, right? But what he does is he implements personal stories, right? You got to do that. If you wanted to be authentic, listen, the way that you're going to help lots of customers and be successful in 2020 is authenticity. Right. And so you can't, nobody else can say, unless they got 4 kids and, Amazon, they can't say exactly what he said. So huge. All right, cool. Let's keep going. So we did price, research, availability, convenience. What if I wanted to trade something in? But we only got a couple minutes, Sean. Let me let you just be the boss that you are and just rock all these out.
Okay.
Say quick question.
Quick question. What are you looking to accomplish by going online?
I'm trying to get a lot for my trade. And my grandmama gave me this car, and so it's important to me.
Well, I had to tell you right now, we are a used car superstore. And what that means to you is that I want to buy your trade. Okay. And even if you don't want to buy a vehicle from me, I'm willing to buy your car with no strings attached, because this is how we make a big portion of our business, is by selling used cars. And LA, check this out. Depending on the condition that your vehicle is in, I might be able to get you more than your vehicle is worth. Can you imagine that? So let's just say I said to you, LA, I have a pen here, right there, and it's worth $10, but I will turn around and give you $20 for it. I mean, why would you not turn around and consider, giving me that vehicle if I can get you more for its worth, right or wrong?
Right.
Okay.
Absolutely.
LA, you try one.
Phenomenal. Okay, cool. Well, here's what I want to do. Because again, I'm a process person, right? So what I want to give them is specific questions that they should ask. So quick question, Sean, have you ever purchased a vehicle online before?
No, I haven't.
No. Okay. Well, tell me what you were looking to accomplish by going on.
Listen to me. I want to buy a car, but a big part of this is before I can buy a car, I need to make sure that I can get the most for my trade.
Okay. Awesome, man. What do you have to trade?
I have don't laugh at me, okay? I've got a 2002 Ford Escort.
Okay. Awesome. I understand that. Now, how many miles you got on it?
I only have 95,000 miles on it.
95,000. Wow, that's awesome. Anything else I should know about it?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad you asked. Okay. And again, don't make fun of me. Okay. So I've got a pair of 15s in the back. I listen to classical music, but I want to hear that Bach bump in the back.
Right.
Okay. That Bach bumping in the back. That Bach bumping in the back. So I got to turn around and let that shit drop in my Ford Escort.
Totally understand where you're coming from. And what it sounds like to me is that you've made some additions to the vehicle that are really near and dear to your heart. So here's the situation. We make it our business to not only give you what your vehicle is worth, but we actually give up to 120% of Kelley Blue Book value. So making sure that you get fair value for your trade more than is not going to be a challenge. Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Awesome. So again, now here, what I want to teach is the 3 questions, right? It's because how am I going to be like, oh yeah, I'm buying a car, and I don't even know what it is, right? And so it makes sense to say, okay.
Was that a shot at me?
Not at all, right?
That was an undercover shot. Right? I caught that though. Okay.
So I'm going to say, what is the vehicle? And I want year, make, and model in return. I'm going to say, how many miles do you have on it? And then I ask a simple question. I don't need to ask about condition. I don't need to say nothing, because a lot of stuff can be offensive if you say it wrong. So you got to learn to say this. Anything else I should know about it? And you say it just like that, like the itsy bitsy spider going up the water spout, right? 38% of communication is tone and inflection. Again, Anaja's going to learn this. She's got a 4-year-old. Well, when she turns 14, she's going to say, how was school today? And she's going to say, fine. And she's going to say, anything else I should know about it? But mom, it's just a natural, simple thing that makes people spill the beans. So just wanted to kind of throw that out there. All right. So PRACT, I hate car salesmen. Sean?
I'm going to do that one. Okay. So what I'm trying to teach you guys is the feel, felt, found diversity, okay? A lot of people think, because I didn't say this before because this wasn't there, but since Ellie wants me to train and teach, not just show it off, here and there, is that people think that if I have feel, felt, found, here's what you don't do. So if I said, LA, just so I know we're looking to accomplish by going online.
I hate car salesmen.
Don't ever say, I feel exactly the same way as you do. Those car salesmen suck. Other people feel the same way we do. Okay, but watch how I surgically, strategically, and professionally implement the feel, felt, found, but the correct way. All right? Mm-hmm. So let's just do this for real. LA, just so I know, what are you looking to accomplish for going online?
Not be around car salesmen. They get on my nerves.
Well, LA, I'm sorry you feel that way. But unfortunately, I've also heard that other people have felt the same way that you do. And what they've found is by dealing with me personally and my dealership, ABC Motors, that we're not the typical, stereotypical car, people. We're automotive sales professionals. As a matter of fact, LA, there's good and bad. I am a former United States Army, veteran from the reserves and RTC. I've been with my wife for 13 years. I'm a good husband. I have 4 beautiful kids. 2 of them are in society contributing. So I'm not a scumbag anything. How does that sound, LA?
Hey, I can tell. Wow, man, you know, I'm telling you, that's training right there. See, that's what I like. You know what I'm saying? I like actually people learning some stuff. I'm sorry you feel that way, right? Unfortunately, I've heard that other people have felt that way before in the past, right? And what, you know, my customers have found by doing business with me is blankety blank, blank, blank. I love it. I'm telling you, you can't beat it. So we got one more to do. And this is credit, right? So we got 2 minutes. Let's go. Closing out the podcast. You want me to go?
Yeah.
Okay. So quick question, Sean. Have you ever purchased a vehicle online before?
No.
No? Okay. Well, tell me what you were looking to accomplish by going online.
Mira, I need to get approved because I have no car right now. And they're telling me that I have no money. I can't even pay attention, man. So I need a car. Okay.
Right. No, I totally understand where you're coming from. And here's the thing. You're not alone, Sean. I don't know if you know, but 70% of America has less than perfect credit. Right. So can you imagine if we could only do business with 30% of America or less?
No,
we'd be in a whole lot of trouble. We couldn't even keep our lights on, right? So our banks had to adjust their guidelines to make getting approved simpler than ever before. So making sure that you're able to get approved, it's not going to be a challenge for me at all. All right?
Makes sense.
Boom.
And by the way, I'm Belizean and Honduran, so I could talk that shit. Okay, white people, don't be turning out. Oh, he said that. I'm Belizean and Honduran. I can say that shit. Just saying.
It's our podcast, man. They can't get us drunk. You know what I'm saying? We ain't forcing them to listen. You want to take a shot, Sean?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So, LA, just so I know, what can we accomplish by going online?
Really?
I just messed up.
Okay.
So,
well, you've been doing it all day, so.
Oh, shut up, motherfucker. He's right. LA, just so I know, what we looking to accomplish by going online?
I'm trying to get approved. I've been having some challenges. You know, I got divorced recently. And so I found out she messed my credit all up. And I still need a car to get back and forth to work.
Well, LA, first and foremost, let me just say that I'm sorry that you're going through that, but you're not alone. I don't know if you know this, but more than 50% of the United States has less than perfect credit. And here at ABC Motors, we actually specialize in getting people approved because we are partnered with a nationwide network of lenders, lending institutions, credit unions, et cetera. And it's almost like we have such a vast network that we're able to take your credit score, your unique credit situation, your references, your scenarios, and then through our network, we have them bidding to get you not only an approval, but the best approval with the lowest rate. And on top of that, LA, there's more. My job is not just to get you approved. My job is to hear what you just said, my friend, that you went through some tumultuous times. It's not just to get you approved. It's also to reestablish your credit or establish your credit there. So it doesn't just stop at the approval. We want to help you reestablish or establish your credit. So LA, would you give us the opportunity to get your credit approved?
Absolutely. I'll tell you, look, I thought I was going to get him because he kind of started off with my same little opening, right? But he absolutely crushed it, y'all. Listen, man, that's enough. That's enough. Sean, matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and do this. I know you got a 2:30, whatever. So let me just go ahead and close this out. And Anaja, man, tell us, come in and get on this podcast, right? And again, tell us exactly you just heard, some of the top people in the entire country, probably in the world, right? On the phones, kind of going back and forth and just having fun with this. What did you got out of this?
First of all, value is important. Not only that, but building that rapport so that the customer that you are in communication with knows that you value what they want and that you can meet and exceed their expectations.
Absolutely.
I got a couple questions for Anaja. So Anaja, you're in the room with us right now. Are the lights on or off?
They're off.
Okay, but it's not pitch black. You know what I mean? Well, for LA, it might be. But for us, you know what I mean?
It's clear, but we'll get into that story later.
But now, does me or LA have any notes, any crib notes, any outlines, any little, is there anything in front of us?
Absolutely.
So
not.
Can you verify that this is 100% off the top?
Completely.
Okay, so what's that for you to see just how quick the freestyle of what to say with precision and detail, elaboration, what is that like for you to just watch that happen organically?
First of all, it's possible.
That's it.
You guys made the impossible look possible. And that was impressive right there. And, within itself is that there's no answer or objective that the customer can give you that you can't rebuttal, that you can't have an answer to. And that right there was very impressive.
Thank you. Let me just say this to the people that are listening, though. It takes a long time to become an overnight success. Me and LA have combined 32 years of automotive phone sales skills, automotive objections and rebuttals. This is what it sounds like, 32 years at the highest level. So again, if you don't sound like this because you just listen to a podcast, that's like saying, look, I'm going to watch, a Jackie Chan video. I'm going to go challenge Conor McGregor to Donald Cerrone is one of the best that have done it. He got his ass whooped with a shoulder. better. So just because you watch like karate videos doesn't make you a master. So I don't want people to get discouraged by saying like, oh, I can't do that. No, I couldn't do that 20 years ago.
Right.
But with practice, repetition, over and over and over, and commitment to excellence, you heard what that sounds like.
Yeah. Now, here's another half of it. I'm not going to use that allow you as a listener to use that as an excuse, right?
Word, I agree.
Because damn, 20 years. All right. Nobody's saying it's going to take you 20 years.
No, not at all.
Because we didn't have this podcast to listen to, did we, Sean?
Right, no.
Right. We didn't have that. I was talking to Elijah about that earlier. I had no dealer synergy, no nothing. So again, we should be able to, our experience should be able to cut your learning time more than in half. It should be able to cut it into tenths, right? So where I am and where we are in 32 years, you should be able to get to in 3.2 years, right? If it took Sean 20 years to get there, you should be able to get there in 2, right? It's and now again, you can also be effective because again, it didn't take me 10 years, 11 years to get effective, right? The first time I went to a dealership, yes, I got hung up on. But the second time I went to a dealership, I set 10 appointments, 6 showed, 4 cars got sold. So it doesn't have to take forever. So listen, y'all, I always say you are the average of the 5 people who you spend the most time with. And you've just been spending time with Miss Anaja White, Mr. Sean V. Bradley, and Mr. L.A. Williams, the #1 blindfold master. No, Sean's amazing, y'all. But listen, it's your turn. Go out there and be a millionaire car salesman. Do what you got to do and take it to the top.
And sign up for Bradley the Man.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you like it, you love it, you want more of it, then don't wait for the next money show. Just go to bradleyondemand.com and take your career to the next level.
Yo, LA.
Fire.
That was fire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That was some sick shit, yo. These people can't fuck with me, though. They really can't. They can't fuck with us. We the best. Khaled shit.